finally did unlimit that video. So I'm hoping that means that I'll get put back into the shorts feed a little bit more. But yeah, it shouldn't have been limited, as in the monetization rules, you can shorten down or, say letters, even if it's of a cuss word. It specifically says that. Make sure to look through all of the monetization rules, and yeah, you can say WTF, it even says that, and you can say F, and things like that. But sometimes the automated system gets it wrong. Luckily, a human reviewer looked over it, and they did remonetize, fully monetize, because it was just limited. But it also seemed to affect my channel. I'm hoping that because yeah, all my shorts, they were getting, at least 100 views. Sometimes it was very low, but most of the time it would be like 400 to 1,000 plus views on a video, and then it dropped down to like nothing. Anyways, DoorDash is completely dead today, but that's one thing that it's always a good thing to have multiple apps, and that's one of the reasons why I'm glad that I do have Uber Eats and Instacart, because it seems like when DoorDash completely dies down and there's no orders, which I've had sometimes, and I only make, like before when I only did DoorDash, there'd be certain days where I wouldn't even hit $100 going 10 hours. So now I almost always hit goal, especially in 10 to 12 hours. But it always helps to have Instacart and Uber Eats. Uber Eats is actually decently busy right now. That doesn't happen very often, but it does come in handy occasionally when DoorDash doesn't have any orders. Same with Instacart. Instacart's picking up, and DoorDash is completely grayed out. So it does help fill in the areas where DoorDash slows down, and I'm sure later on DoorDash will pick up. It usually does later on in the day, but right now I'm doing all right. So I've been having a decent day thus far. DoorDash has picked up a little bit. I've made an okay amount, but Instacart's been popping pretty good. I just got another Instacart order I'm gonna go ahead and do. It's not great, but $10 and 2.6 miles and only 10 items will do. It will get me a little closer to goal, which right now I'm at 160 or right around there. And I just have 40 to go, so that'll put me only 30 to go. And yeah, got to get to this. It looks like there's, yeah, alcohol and produce and eggs. Well, that's produce too. Dairy. Yeah. No, that's not dairy. Dairy's cows. What is eggs again? What? I can't even remember. Anyways, guys, I better get back to it. Try to come up with another video. Anyways, have a good day, guys. Until next time. I get too busy that I forget to eat because I'm doing too many orders on DoorDash or Uber Eats, Instacart. So I do stupid stuff like this, so I can actually still drive and be able to eat something like this. I get a Lunchable pizza. I make a sandwich out of it. It works, kinda. And then I eat things like this. Pumpkin cheesecake. It's actually pretty dang good in my opinion. Pretty delicious. Oh man, I got the frozen one. Still pretty good frozen though. Yeah. Actually, it's really good frozen. I think I prefer it not frozen though. Either way, it's really good. But yeah, my pepperoni pizza. I'm sure it looks terrible, but whatever. I got another one too. They were only $1.50 at Safeway. $3 for the $3.50 for the cheesecake. Anyway. Going pretty good until Safeway's power went out and they were on generators, so all the freezers and fridges and whatnot, yeah, they had to shut them down, and they had to make sure nobody used them or grabbed any of these stuff, try to keep it cold. And so yeah, it was like, yeah, let's not do Centralia, because now it matters what your like how much your items, or I can't even think of what it's called. There's shopping statistics now, so it matters how much you pick, and you're supposed to get 90% to be a pro, as they call it. And so I was really concerned about going to Safeway, and like especially one order I would have normally done, but every single item was like a fridge item or produce or a meat or etc. Except for one item. They would have got a can of olives. That's all they would have got. So I declined it, and I yeah. I noticed that I may have violated the alcohol delivery guidelines on Instacart. Luckily, they didn't ban me for this, and I did all the steps I was supposed to. I showed up to the customer, delivered the alcohol. Well, I got her ID first. I scanned it. It was completely valid. It wasn't expired. It was a Washington State ID, and she signed it. And it acted like everything was fine, went to go to the next step, and all of a sudden it reset back to the previous step to get signature. Kept making me have her, to have it sign over and over again. It wouldn't go to the next step. So I called them, and they put me through to a specialist for it. They asked me, was it a valid ID? I said yes. So he said, okay, I'll go ahead and make sure it goes through, which he did. I got my payment, which was like $13, and he didn't say I would have to worry about anything, and I got a notice anyways. Still, it sucks. Luckily, I can still deliver alcohol. So I obviously didn't sleep very well last night. I feel okay today, but I checked my security cameras, and I was pretty much up all night tossing and turning while I was still technically sleeping. But in my sleep, I was like fighting with things. Like I was kicking my feet. I was like punching. I was like, ah! It was like nutty. I almost think I should release some of the footage that I got from my security cameras of me in my sleep. It was, it's pretty interesting, man. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting though, because I don't remember everything. You only remember like 5% of like everything of a day, maybe. And so it's interesting to go back and look at security cameras and what I've done sometimes, and see if I can remember things. Anyways, bye guys. These tips are interesting on DoorDash. I just got one. It was $5, and I already got $8 for the order, so it turned out to be $13, which I was pretty happy with that. It was just 3.3 miles. Well, 3.3 miles back, so 6.6 miles. Still pretty happy about that. The thing is, it's weird because there's times where I'll go like 2 months without a cash tip. Most of the time it seems like a month without one. And then randomly I'll get like a couple right in a row. I think this month I made $10 in cash tips, maybe. Might be more. It's very random occurrence. And then sometimes it seems like I'll get one a day for like a few days, and then I won't see them again for like a month. But yeah, that's why we don't count on cash tips on DoorDash. It's very random, maybe 1% chance to get one. Anyways, and I could tell there was this guy that was almost ready to cry. He was one of the workers there, and I was waiting for my order on DoorDash, but I could tell he just seemed not so in it. So I was just, I talked to him and I asked him how he was doing. You know, he said, yeah, fine. You could tell he was just trying to be, you know, where he was a good employee or whatnot. But I could tell there was something up. And so I went ahead and I was like, is everything, you know, going okay, man? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, it's rough here, huh? And he's like, rough year? No, so I said, is it rough? I said, it's rough here working at McDonald's, right? And he said, yeah, customers complaining, and they're, you know, telling me, you know, they're just being really hard on me. And he's like, I wish they would go complain to corporate that we're not getting paid enough and whatnot. So I just want to say out there, you need to be nicer to people that don't really get paid. Being platinum on DoorDash, I never really had an issue being top dasher. You know, it's fine going down to 70% and then being able to work my way up to 100% or whatever. Wasn't ever an issue. Now I'm at like 82% right now. And I was meaning to do a 100% run, and I was doing pretty good today, but then I got some bad orders, and I'm like I accepted everything all throughout the day until the end, and it was just like, no, I don't want to do this. It's late, it's busy, and yeah, all they would do is just send me bad orders. So I just got off of there, got back on, and another bad order. So I went ahead and took it. It wasn't terrible though. It was okay, kind of, but it put me out in way out of the zone. So I would have had to come back. So it's like, screw it, let's just go home. But it's like I almost just said screw it, just continued to decline and just not be platinum anymore.